Hey guys, welcome back to Vee Vlogs. We have a very weird setup here. We got the Grimm's Fairytale book, which I told you about, and Crokinole. Try and see if you can get it in the middle.
Well, it's kind of hard with my left hand. I'm looking through the camera. That's why it's hard.
Oh, that's way off. Okay.
A little.
We each get 3 tries.
3 tries?
Yeah, to get it in the middle.
Come on, Jess.
It's hard! You have to like tap it lightly.
Hey, at least mine stayed on the board there.
Okay, well that was lighter than before.
Oh.
Okay.
Close.
Okay, one more.
You have one more. Let's do this.
Can I get it? Oh, tie. Do you want to do one more as a tiebreaker?
How about we just play the full game?
No. No. Do one more as a tiebreaker. 15.
I win.
No! This is actually a really fun game, but this is not why we're here today.
I think we are.
Okay, so on my main channel, I just did a video about fairy tales and how back in the 1800s they were actually made for adults and not children because they had very mature, disturbing themes. And Disney took those themes and they were like, hey, we can make something positive out of this.
I'm just curious, are we reading the Grimm's fairy tales just to like bypass COPPA a little bit because they're made for adults?
These are adults, okay, YouTube? Adult, disturbing fairy tales that kids should not read, but we're gonna read them anyway, because you guys are adults.
We're going through that entire book?
No, yeah. Guys, this video is 2.5 hours long, and I'm gonna start from—
It only takes you 2.5 hours to read that?
If I read really, really fast— oh, it's upside down.
I thought you used this yesterday.
No, I just showed the book. I didn't read it yesterday. I memorized things. I got this book when I was a kid, and I thought it was for kids, and I went home and I read 2 chapters, and then I was like, oh, this is not for me. I didn't know. It says fairy tales.
It does, but it also looks very grim. That was a pun. Not intentional, but that's just how it went.
So, oh, and on the front it's scary because it has Little Red Riding Hood, and in the shadows it looks like there could be like a giant burly wolf, but you can't really see because it's shadowed.
There's a ladder though.
Oh, I never saw that. There's a lot of things hiding in the darkness.
It reminds me of that weird structure that I found in my forest a long time ago on one of my old properties. Did I tell you about that?
No, that sounds like another video.
No, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before. It's short. It lived on a farm property. Here, I'll switch this around. I lived on a farm property about 30 acres, and most of it was covered in forest. So we had all of our fields. We rented one field out just for growing hay and stuff like that. So we didn't really go past that point. I was walking around just one day, just kind of exploring, and I found what looked like a ladder in the forest, and I climbed up it, and there was a platform, and the platform was being used because there was candy wrappers from recent times and like bags of chips and all that stuff. But it's kind of weird because it was in the middle of our property, so that means someone was sneaking onto our property and using it for stuff. Wasn't too happy about that. Anyways, now that you've had a few seconds to look through the table of contents, what are we looking at specifically?
I need to show you how many stories are in this, okay? Each line is a story with like the page, okay? They made hundreds of fairy tales, and a lot of them I can't even tell you guys because they're very like graphic, which for YouTube guidelines we can't talk about. But today I'm going to briefly explain to you 2 that are super creepy that I didn't say on my main channel because main channel was comparing Disney and Grimm.
Well, you were telling me some of the titles, and it'd be definitely interesting to see Disney make a movie out of these.
Yes, for sure. So, first one I'm gonna talk about, I'm just gonna read the synopsis of this story. It's called The Mouse, the Bird, and the Sausage. I know it sounds weird, okay? But it's actually a really dark story. Okay, here's how it goes. It's a tale about a mouse, bird, and a sausage
second. Winnie's here just to break the suspense.
Why is your coat on the couch?
Because I'm gonna be using it after we're done.
Okay, it's a tale about a mouse, a bird, and a sausage who all live together in one house, okay? And they each have different roles in this household. The bird collects the wood for the fire, so he must be very strong to carry wood around for the fire.
Hey, birds carry sticks and twigs around all the time.
No. Logs of wood. The mouse.
That's a big bird.
The mouse is in charge of collecting the water, lighting the fire, and setting the table.
And it's the sausage's job to get eaten.
The sausage keeps everyone well fed, so he fetches the food. He's not the food. He fetches the food.
As far as we know.
One day, the bird decides they should all change roles since he feels he does all the hard work, but that quickly backfires. The sausage goes out to collect the wood, but quickly becomes a dog's snack, so he dies. Okay? The mouse tries to cook like the sausage did by throwing her body into the hot pot to season everything, and she dies.
The sausage throws himself in boiling water.
Yes. Now the mouse is gone. And the bird? He falls into the well while collecting the water and drowns. Moral of the story: they were great in their original roles and should have been happy with that. I don't like that moral.
No.
I feel like that's telling people to like stay in your lane, you know, and you can't like venture and do different things. Like, why would they teach that?
If you're good at one thing, just keep doing that one thing. No, people should try everything.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, there's this other story that I find really disturbing that I told Ty this morning when he woke up and he was like, oh, should I tell it?
If you want. You already mentioned it right now, so it's going to be in the vlog anyways.
Okay, so this is a very brief synopsis, okay, because it's a very long story. But it's about this guy who falls in love with the princess, okay? He wants to marry her, he wants to become her prince, they want to live happily ever after in a castle. So she was like, okay, I will marry you if you promise me, you swear to me and make an oath that when I die, if I die before you, you'll be buried with me, aka buried alive with the princess. Because she wants them to like die together and like go to heaven together and everything else.
I would consider this a little too clingy.
It's a little clingy.
A little bit.
Yeah, so the guy really wants to marry her, doesn't really think much of this, so he's like, yeah, I'll swear that, that's fine, we're gonna live long lives, it's not gonna
Just
matter
basically,
anyway.
It's the ultimate guy promise. It's like, yeah, sure, that's never
Yeah, of
gonna
course,
happen.
So he makes this oath that if she dies before him, he will be buried with her. So about a year into their marriage, she gets really sick. Very sick, in fact. She's bedridden, things aren't looking good, and she dies. So he has to follow through with his oath, and he has to be buried alive with her, which is very disturbing.
And
Anyways,
just remember, this is like medieval times. Well, not even medieval times. I don't know.
1800s.
1800s. As you guys can tell, I failed history. They didn't have like iPhones back in the day, so he had no form of entertainment. Just snuggling with the deceased.
So while they're underground in the same coffin, a snake crawls out from the dirt and into the coffin and bites the princess, and his venom magically makes her come back alive. So now they're both alive underground in the coffin, and she kind of gets her own fate that she made the husband go through, because now they're both underground alive. And that's the story!
None of these end happily at all.
No, that's what they're known for. They're known for like really dark, sad stories.
I just feel like the Grimm brothers were maybe just like really angry with certain people. They just seemed like very angry people.
Yeah, all their portraits are like...
I feel like if they had children, I don't know if they did, they were the type of people who like made like very elaborate lessons that ended with somebody getting like horribly maimed, kind of. They just hired an actor, you know, and they just scared their kids into being right.
It's terrible.
You haven't seen Arrested Development yet, so
I haven't.
that's a little bit of an inside joke for that.
Okay, I haven't seen that. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to kind of give you the other stories, or an idea of the other stories, other than Disney versions. Anyways, have a good rest of your day. We'll do more vlog main channel follow-up soon, and we'll see you in the next vlog. Bye!
See you guys! Gotta play some more crokinole though. See if we can actually get it. Oh! It's a word, Jess. What does that word say? So many words. Scary words.
I can't read.
Gotta channel it, Jess.